So we've talked about the two components of it, right? Is identifying the fears that are holding you back. And it ends up becoming an invitation during the book. And I do put a process in place on how you can become more aware of these things, and then actually how you can start the reprogramming. And I always say in my interviews and even in the book, it's like these are meant to give you a framework on how to improve. But it's not an overnight, I'm not going to hypnotize you and I'm not going to give you a pill. But it will give you framework and tools on how to gain awareness of the fears that are holding you back and how to reprogram them. And then the brains part of it is not about being smart in school. It's about being smart about where you're putting your effort against, your strengths, as opposed to what I always say is instead of playing defense on your weaknesses, you're playing offense on your strengths. So that's what the brains part of it is. I talk about that Clifton Strength Finders, but also other ways that you can identify that. And then what do you do with that? And then how do you end up building your next 3 months, your next 3 years about what you want to do with it? So that's what the book is about. It's meant to be an invitation on this. It's the first 2 steps of the 5 steps. The 5 steps, as I said before, it's identifying the fears, it's identifying the strengths. And then based off of that, 3rd step is establishing new goals. And then it's the mindset, and then it's the habits. So those parts are, I wouldn't say require, oftentimes benefit from working with a coach who can keep you accountable. Because, oftentimes, if you're just doing it on your own, unless you've got that really hard discipline, it always, helps to have somebody who's kind of keeping you honest on those things.
Chris, before we go, what is your final word of encouragement or challenge to someone that is looking to see past their fears, past everything that they're going through right now, before we end the podcast?
So I'd say this is the advice I'd give to every person on earth, is if you're not doing it right now, start a real practice of gratitude. And for example, how I do it, and I recommend other people do it, when you wake up in the morning, your alarm goes off, before you go check your phone, before you even get out of bed, lay there and think about all the things that you're grateful for. For example, you could be just saying, I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. I'm grateful that I hear birds chirping. I'm grateful that I'm looking forward to a good lunch today. I'm grateful that my family is around. Anything. But once you start identifying and starting a mindset of gratitude and things to be grateful for, you'll see things to be grateful for. And do the exact same thing in bed when you're going to bed at night. Put your phone down as you're ready to go to sleep, and you can start with everything. Some of the things I say is I'm grateful for how comfortable my pillow is, and I'm grateful for how comfortable my bed is. Just start with that, because once you establish that as a habit, talk about habits again, you will find more things to be grateful for, and you'll retrain your mind to be focusing on gratitude, focusing on the good. And you'll see more good, and more good will come to you. You'll spend less time on the problems, and you'll see more solutions. So that's my recommendation to everybody.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with the people that you love. I also created a community called Boy in the Storm, where we can share a journey together. So click the link down in the description and join the movement.